Whatever.
Hello, welcome to the Whatever Show. I'm Alex Drake.
I'm Dragon Pat.
T-
And today we're going to be talking villains.
Yep.
You know, those bad guys that either scare the feces out of you or the ones that
You actually like.
just make the show even that much better.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to be looking, obviously, at the villains of Doctor Who. And we got some amazing villains out there. And the actors that portrayed them are
Phenomenal.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep in mind that there's no overall order to which of these is the number one villain. Well, no, we know who number one and number two is.
Mm-hmm.
So as we read and we get finally back to those two numbers, we'll let you know. The others, just keep in mind that it's hard to pick which ones work better. The first one,
The Vashtenrada,
Now
i.e., the living darkness. They are those little particles you see when...
in a dark room where a beam of light comes through.
Yeah, those are the Vashtenrada. Those things eat living flesh. Doctor Who. I like them.
We also first meet
River Song.
River Song with this.
Yeah.
The Vashta Narada were, number one, they're scary as crap. You can't see them. You only know they're there when you have two shadows, and when you have two shadows, you're
dead.
foobar anyway. The next one goes way back to the Fourth Doctor, and that's the Black Guardian. Now, this is a guy that is so powerful that he thinks he's tricking the Doctor into creating the ultimate weapon, and it doesn't work. But, you know, the Doctor doesn't generally have these super beings that are not Gallifreyan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have the one from the globe, and the one that was the snow, and this.
Then the nesting.
No, the nesting is.
Oh yeah, the other guys.
Nesting consciousness was the plastic.
Yeah, those. I forget the name of those white snowflakes.
Yeah, but he was okay.
Though he wasn't. Okay, so you can never be really killed.
And that makes you kind of old, but you're
But
not as
boring.
enjoyable.
Because you're just trying to do the same thing over and over again.
And this brings us back to the Solarians,
Mm-hmm.
which the Solarians and the other, what do they call them later on, wherever the ones that change shape?
The Zygon?
Yeah. The Solarians and the Zygons, very similar situations. But the Solarians were actually used a lot more often. Because, hey, they've been around.
Yeah.
And they have a prior claim on the Earth.
Yep. They're here when dinosaurs were here, so they override us.
60 million years.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Silence. And for those of you that are not familiar with the Silence, this is a creature that makes you forget you saw it.
Yep.
Which is why we saw the Doctor and the companions walking around with hash marks on their skin. Why? So they could record how many they've seen. Because they would immediately forget them.
Yeah.
So it's really...
And one of the reasons why they even started appearing was to make sure the Doctor doesn't ever say his name. If he says his name, he kills the Doctor and everybody else. They kill the Doctor and everyone else.
Next, we have the Weeping Angels. Now, this is...
They're overpowered. Sorry, they are.
This is one wicked set of villains. An easy way to stop them, but, I mean, they basically rip you out of reality.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
And
interesting,
you'll never be able
powerful.
to always stop them because you gotta blink sometime. You gotta
That's
go to
why you
sleep.
make them watch each other.
Yeah, which is tricky because they know they're smart,
I mean, that was I like them.
and if they watch each other, that becomes a time lock that they'll
We
never be out of.
the first time we meet the Weeping Angels is in the Cross Time episode with Martha,
Hmm.
and the story basically doesn't concentrate on the doctor.
Nope.
It concentrates on somebody who's putting together the clues from the doctor, and then he comes through and rescues everything and does it, and getting messages from the past. It was great.
Yeah.
The next time we meet the angels, we get more information. And that is when the doctor is again teams up with River Song,
Hmm.
and this one's starting to get real twisted.
Yeah.
It was well done.
Hmm.
All right,
Next is Ice Warriors. The pretty much.
the Martian Ice Warriors.
Hmm.
Um, they weren't in a lot of episodes, but I liked them
I like
because they
their
left
outfits.
a lot of. They had a lot of possibilities, and they could have been used a lot better.
Hmm.
We first meet the Ice Warriors. Oh, I think number 2 meets the Ice Warriors first.
Yes.
Then number 3 meets a couple of Ice Warriors on Palatine. Then you have. Oh, I don't. I want to say there was at least one episode with the British troops that go to Mars.
Yes.
And then, of course, you have. That's it for the Warriors themselves that I can think of.
And then there's every once in a while one or two in the new ones.
Yeah, they're used as fillers.
Yeah.
Because nobody else really has done an episode with them.
Which is a shame since.
They're great villains.
Yeah. And they actually have honor. Unlike most of these villains, they could care less about honor.
After this, we come to, of course, the Cybermen.
Yes.
I know the Cybermen are one of your favorites.
Yep. Come on, they're awesome.
The Cybermen, over time, that they went from originally sock faces
Yep.
to metal faces to, I mean, some really unique twists.
Mm-hmm. And there are new ones with the where, hi, how do you know that's a Cyberman? Look on his chest. There's a giant C.
Yep, there you go.
Kind of obvious, Cybermen.
Which, if you're looking at one of the greatest sets of villains in Doctor Who history, Cybermen are there because they always keep coming back and messing with things.
Yeah.
That leads to the other great all-time villain.
And the Doctor's #1 enemy. Besides the Master.
Then, in other words, the #1 other than the other #1.
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't like. Either they can say the truth, which is the Daleks are the
Time Lords.
enemies. And not just the Doctor's enemies, they're the Time Lord's enemies.
Yeah. Because even the Master...
One half of the War of Time, one half of the Great Time War is the Daleks.
Yep.
The other half of the Time War is Gallifrey.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Time Lords.
Yeah.
Even somewhere out there was the Master down in the trenches, giving it his all.
Mm-hmm.
Psycho man that he was.
Yep. And I'm sorry, it's still funny how all these Time Lords that are using guns that should be equal as the Doctor, are getting their butt kicked. Doctor comes.
Oh, but
Daleks die like
the Daleks die because the Doctor cheats. Because he's going to use the ultimate weapon. Played in that episode again by Bad Wolf. Yes, Rose Tyler makes a cameo appearance and plays with some of the greatest doctors of all times. She is seen on set with number not number eight, number 10, number 11, and the War Doctor. And then we get, there's actually a point in there where you have every doctor shown, all the way back to the very first one.
I always love Rassilon's look when he saw it. Like, oh shit.
Actually, that would be, at that point, Rassilon was on his side. It's with Capraldi that you get the other side. But what you have, I mean, the Daleks, they really are some of the ultimate evil. And this brings us now to our choice for number 1 and number 2. And these two are interchangeable because, well, one of them is the Master. Whether that is, and we will even give you our 4 favorite versions of the Master.
Mm-hmm.
The first Master that we love dearly is Missy.
Mm-hmm.
And her catchphrase, which we forgot to put in the other episode.
Yep. But we had it on the list.
We had it on the list, but we forgot to say it.
Yep.
Is when Clara says, "What? Are you good now?" No,
I'm not good.
As she kills someone. I mean, Missy's bad.
Yeah.
And Missy is twisted. Missy is the Master.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You have the Master that was involved with the drums.
Yep.
And he's a lot more psycho of a Master, but still, I mean,
when your brain has been hearing those drums over and over for pretty much your whole life, probably go nuts.
It didn't help. Now, 2 other Masters that we want to give credit to. One played by Roger Delgado. The other one played by Anthony Ainley. These are the 2 doctors from back to number 3 and number 4. They look almost exactly alike.
Yeah.
They have that regal, upper class, total, I'm better than you look.
Yep.
And they are the Master.
Mm-hmm. And they even look evil on stars.
They have that goatee going. I mean, they nailed it.
And almost that look.
Haughty.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck up. I mean, truly British.
Yeah.
And coming in with a close tie to them is Chris Chambal. He is the ultimate villain because this is a man who's trying to kill everything. He screwed up the Doctor, brought us the 13th Doctor.
13.
Who's going to go down in history as the Doctor who tried to kill the Doctor. You know, it's not that she's a woman. Had nothing to do with it. When they told us, they announced a woman was going to come in, that Chunbal had decided. The fact that she's a woman has nothing to do with my dislike of her. My dislike of her is, number 1, she never got to be the Doctor.
Nope.
She's too busy trying to be the ultimate companion.
Mm-hmm.
And why is she trying to be the ultimate companion? Chenbal. Because of Chenbal and his writing and his script ideas, he has taken canon and thrown it away. He has made the Doctor a creature to almost be reviled and despised. Mm-hmm. And frankly, if I were a woman, I'd be furious at him because he made a Doctor that more people hate than any other Doctor. Now that's pretty sad because you can go back to Doctor number 6 and beating him as the lowest Doctor out there is kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Colin Baker, he was a dick. He came out as a dick and stayed that way through the series. all the haughty dickishness of all the doctors rolled into one.
Mm.
And he's still a better doctor than what Jody was. Jody's a whiner trying to turn the show into something it's not.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, we'd have done better without Chimbal.
As soon as he told me that, oh, they ruined Kenan, I went, I ain't watching it no more. I'm gonna continue watching the old ones, but not hers. See, Kenan is important. Throw Kenan out, you lose. So throw Chimbal out.
And
Get
we'd all
Kenan
win.
back.
We'd all win.
Yeah.
Now,
BBC wins because they actually had their show back.
and they actually start getting numbers up again.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you may disagree or agree. That's your choice. If you really think Jody was a good doctor, and then I want to, number one, know why. And number two, please tell us what prescription drug you're taking.
Yes.
Or are you just on something on the sly? Because
Or do you need to start taking drugs to make you
fix the mind problems that you have.
Yes.
Either way, I hope you enjoyed our list. This has been our favorite list of villains from the Doctor Who universe. And we'll see you next time. Or was this yesterday? I don't know. Because when you're talking about Doctor Who, you never know.
Yeah. Because it's all tiny ones facing.